So you giving me an in-person invitation to come meet y'all and interview? Say less. Pack the bag. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Lee. And it's been a while. Where have I been? As you see, I'm about to be out of here. I forgot my AirPods, but whatever. This is my travel vlog. You guys will be traveling with me these next 2 days. Today is the 2nd. I have something very interesting tomorrow happening. Nope, I'm not telling you. Y'all gonna have to keep watching. I'm not telling y'all. But I'm super excited. You know, I'm super excited, even though you guys know, like, I don't know, say maybe some can relate. You know how I've been manifesting so many things, and I'm working towards so many things. But I have my eye on this one prize, and it's mine. But so many other opportunities have been coming my way, even though I have my eye on this prize. And I am not going to miss out because I'm so tunnel vision with this dream of mine. I'm still taking up on the offers that are still coming my way. So I'm not letting you know. You guys have to stay tuned. But something special is happening for me tomorrow. And I have been working on this for a while. So for this to come my way now, it's like, yo. And I really feel like I know why I've been manifesting so easily now, because I feel different about myself. I'm in a different place, you know, and my state of mind has changed, and a lot of things has changed within me. And now the outside is changing, but most importantly, a lot of things have changed within. It all starts within. So yes, y'all, I'm just super gay, ready, and it's gonna be very interesting. We shall see. It's so cool because I'm flying on the airline I used to work for, and it's so dope knowing and having and building good relations with people. That's why it's so important. Yo, I met this guy checking in here at the airport, white guy named Joe. I love him. Yeah, like, you just met him, Lee. I love him. Joe's my friend, you know. And if Joe has a problem here at this airport while Lee is here, I'm gonna help Joe, because I love Joe. I'm so crazy, y'all. I'm so sorry about my movement of the phone, but this is a vlog. Aren't they all like this? But no. But yes, it pays to be a light. You know, it pays to be courteous and nice to people and build. Just having a conversation. The guy was just so dope. Just having a conversation with him. But yeah, and still I'm flying on the airline I used to work for, and as soon as I got in the door, from the check-in people knowing me, seeing those two individuals that I love, shout out Karen, love me some Karen, she was always dope to me, and as well as Paula, knew both of the ladies helping me. Wonderful, wonderful, I love them. They just pulled the plane in, and the agents coming out, the ground agents coming out, and they know me. They waving up, I'm waving because I love them too. And I love them. And yeah, there go my boys. They're my boys. They're my boys. Yo, it was times when I ain't want to work, they would do everything for me. I love them. But anyhow, they are coming out like, yo, what's up, Lee? They so happy to see me, and I'm happy to see them too. I just love building relations, having good relations, knowing people I don't even know. I know you. And if you behind me, we about to talk because we're in this line and it's long. And hey, I like your shoes. What's your name? That's me. But I'm just a big ball of fire, you guys. As you guys see,
Concierge key customers are welcome to board now or anytime during the boarding process through the priority lane. Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, they're calling me.
We now welcome Group 1 customers and U.S. military
I'm sorry,
personnel
they're
with
calling me
active
now,
military
guys.
identification to
I'm
board
VIP.
Flight 5346 to Washington, D.C.A. through the priority lane.
And I'm priority.
Group 2 customers are welcome to board Flight 5346 to Washington, D.C.A. through the priority lane.
Why aren't you VIP? Wait,
Group
I don't
3
think my British
customers are
accent
welcome
was
to
good
board
enough.
Flight 5346 to Washington, D.C.A. through the priority lane.
Oh, that's really my flight.
Group 4 customers are welcome to...
But you guys, they're getting ready to board. So, I'm gonna talk to you guys soon. So, where have I been? So, I got flown out to interview for flight attendant. Now, fast forward, like, I got my wings like 12 years ago, y'all. Came back home, like, never even got to really experience the whole life. Came back home, my grandma like moved out of her grandma house. Like, grandma moving out of grandma house. Like, my grandma's pretty old, and I'm like, what? My grandma got that bad? She moving out the house? Like, came straight home. My grandma ain't end up passing till like maybe like 8 years after that. Like, but moral to the story, like, that little snip never put nothing on hold, never wait on something or feel as if I can't do something because my mom or this or that and the third. Like, they're gonna be fine. And if they love you, they gonna want you to do what's best for you regardless. So I really put that whole dream and whatnot on hold for a while. But after, like, I knew my grandma was good, I started pursuing it again within those years. But I just kept getting no. We reconsidered. We took another candidate. Like, it was always a no. It was always a no. And I'm like, yo, am I like blackballed? Because I know when I went to training like 12 years ago, yo, I was the worst. So I was never ready for that life. I was never ready for that life 12 years ago. I tell you not. Like, even in my training, I passed. But sad to say, like, our instructor for that year told us out their own mouth. They kept reminding that this is the worst group. This is the worst group we ever had. Like, we was awful. We was awful. They put a bunch of young, I was what, 12 years ago? Like, I was on like 19, 21. I don't know. But I was young. They threw me down in Daytona, Florida. And the hotel they put us on was on a strip too. Like, man, the moment they dropped us off from school every day, listen, we changed them clothes and we was hitting the streets. Yeah, ready? Ready. But everybody wasn't doing their work, unlike I knew I still had to get my work done. Like, some people can do both. Some can't, you know what was their focus, but I managed to still come through. But I did just as much as the other kids that failed, unfortunately, no lie. So I was amongst them that they meant as far as this was the worst group ever. But I'm changed. I've changed. And I've been pursuing it ever since then, long story short. But once again, always got no. So maybe like, I don't know, eventually, like 3 years ago, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I said, forget it. I ain't gonna apply for flight attendant since I keep getting the no's on the flight attendant. Let me just get the benefits back. I'm gonna work in the airport. It was nothing for me to get in the airport. I got in the airport like immediately. So I'm like, okay, cool. Rocked out there, got my benefits. I'm flying, my family good. I was cool. Then it got overwhelming because I was working 2 jobs at the same time and I was still at the hospital. So I let it go. And this year came, I'm thinking about, I want my benefits back. I'm like, I'm doing YouTube now. Imagine if I can take my content on the road. It's lit. Travel vlogs. I'm showing you this great scenery of the world. We lit. So I'm applying for customer service. Let me get back at the gate. Can I get at the gate, you know? I'm checking up on my updates on my emails constantly. I ain't getting no nothing. Finally, like a month ago, y'all. How about this? A month ago, I received an email telling me I was invited to interview for flight attendant. So I'm super excited, like, and scratching my head at the same time because I'm like, I applied for flight attendant. I don't think I applied. But maybe I did apply, but in my head, I think I did apply or whatnot. But I don't really remember. But I think if I did apply, I applied in the mindset of like, they ain't gonna really accept me, you know, again. I really just wanna go for customer service. You know, I'm still home. I got my benefits back, that's fine. An hour later, they sent me another email telling me that was a mistake. Please disregard the invite. We're still reconsidering your application, but don't respond because we ain't picked you yet. I'm like, oh, I knew this shit. Like, oh wow. Cause I was like on a hunt when I first seen it. Cause okay, I'm getting finally. Cause it's so many steps to the flight attendant. If anybody already know, like I've had virtual interviews. I done had maybe like 10 virtual interviews with flight attendant, but I've never got flown out for personal interview flight attendant. That's usually the second step. So to see the invitation for the actual face-to-face interview, it was like, oh, I knew I was in. You know what I mean? So I was excited to see that. I really was excited to see it. I was. But it was a mistake literally an hour later. So I'm like, okay. And I remember telling myself at that moment, like, if it's for me, it'll be for me. I ain't gonna stress it. I'm not gonna think about it. You know, the shit was a mistake on their part. Whatever. 2 weeks passed. Them fuckers sent another one. This one wasn't no mistake. And I'm like, I got this. I'm going to go down here and bag this fucking job. Like, when I say I ain't had no jitteries, I didn't flinch. Like, I ain't have none of that. I didn't have no goosebumps. I didn't have any feelings. My only feeling I had was straight secureness and confidence that I was gonna get this fucking job. I'm like, oh, they giving me an in-person interview? It's a wrap. Who doesn't love Lee? Like, I can win over anyone, you know? So You giving me an in-person invitation to come meet y'all and interview? Say less. Pack the bag. Let's go. And I'm gonna go and show these people that, not just these people, but it was really myself, because I've been working on this. I'm gonna show myself how easy I can really bag this shit and how I could do this. I can win over anybody, and I know how to present myself, how to talk and flow in them interviews. So I'm like, interviews don't scare me no more, you know? They don't. I really look at that person as another individual, and me just like me. So they really don't, I don't be having that fear when I sit in front of people. So that shit just gone, it's gone. So I just knew like I had it. So I really wasn't stressing it at all. Wasn't even thinking about it. I ain't packed till the day of my flight. Like, I was still working, y'all, trying to get, look, I was still working, moving, like, listen, we good. I did go get my outfit, my suit together, but other than that, it was just, I got an interview. And not even, I got an interview for Flight Attendant, so everybody else, I didn't even tell too many people either, because this was about me, you know, and I already know, like, when they sent it, it instantly made me think about, of course, and I wasn't too on the, like, because I was too ahead of myself. I wasn't staying here, so even though I knew I was going for Flight Attendant, I was so ahead in the future thinking like, what am I gonna do with you? What am I gonna do with you? What am I gonna do with you? So that was another reason why I couldn't really have that enthusiastic part. I just couldn't have that, hooray, hooray, we did it. I couldn't have it because I just kept thinking about tour. Not my tour. What we gonna do in my tour? Mom, you better find a job on the gown, cause I'm gonna beat your butt. But that was really on my mind, so that was partial of the reason why I wasn't. But anywho, listen, March 3rd was the interview. March 2nd come, I get flown out. Touchdown. But yes, I made it to my destination. It was a good flight. Flight was well. I've noticed, like, much as I fly, I don't know why this time, like, my ears really bothered me. Really, really, really bothered me. But I'm waiting on my friend to come pick me up. Super psyched. Super psyched. And I'm really sitting directly in the sun because it feels so good. It feels so good. I don't care if I look like one of the black Suburbans coming through here constantly. When it's all over, it feels so good. Sun ain't shining like this in New York yet, so I'm gonna soak it in. But you guys will see shortly where I'm at as soon as we hit the streets. I'm gonna take a picture of the sign of welcome to but I'll see you guys soon. Family already in Texas, so they came and picked me up. It was lit, and interview was the next day. Listen, y'all. I knew. That sounded like a song, but or maybe just the echo. I loved it. I knew. But I know I am a completely different person. It is just so wonderful seeing that growth within yourself and seeing that whatever that is, but that light, that power, that energy, man, I see it within myself. Like, listen, y'all, my friend dropped me off at this interview. I get to this interview, the line is out the door, you know, and it's like about 100 people at this interview, and I get there and I'm in line, and this shit, once again, this shit is nothing to me. Even when I got in the door, it wasn't even like, oh shit, reality hitting. Like, the nerves wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare. So I'm like, yes, Lee, you really, I got this shit. Like, I went in there. I gotta show y'all some pictures of me in my suit. I don't know if it's because when I put that suit on, it was like, oh, you definitely got this. You got the look, the personality, the charm. You got this, Lee. So I went in there and I stepped in there and I stepped in them heels like just that, okay? I'm in line, smiling, no mask. Started looking around like, where your mask? Everybody got a mask on. Oh shoot, I'm in here with no mask. But then I seen some of the flight attendants who was attending, they ain't had no mask on either. And then the girl in front of me, that's what started the conversation in front. She's like, no, it's a few people without no mask. You should be fine. But then I did have a mask, so I put my mask on. But when I say my cheeks was hurting so bad, because under my mask, I'm really like this the whole time. Like, and y'all probably know, I'm like this the whole time. So you could tell, because then my eyes be closed. That's depending on what type of lashes I got on. So talk to the girl in front of me like, you ready? She's like, no, I'm kind of really nervous. Shake it off. Let me dust your shoulders off. You got this. You got this, kid. And I'm like, let me run to the bathroom because this line long. I'm about to go check because I look good today anyway. So I want to go see myself since this line is long. Go to the bathroom. Take a few selfies. Ching, ching, ching. Go back and get him online. And I was like, Nicole in front of me, same girl, 2 other people came behind me, and another girl, and hey, what was his name? Was it Devontae? I don't know. He was actually from my hometown. What was I? So I did see somebody from my own town, and this other girl named Dejanay. And I was mad surprised, like, oh, I met a Dejanay. I got a painting of Dejanay and Penny on my wall. I gotta tell my sister I met a Dejanay. And I'm just talking to these people, and they all nervous, and I'm just giving them energy and getting their mind off the interview. Like, where y'all from? Y'all look nice. Everybody look good. Y'all look presentable. Y'all about to get this, and just having conversations. So we get in there, and when you check in, you gotta pull your mask down for them and check in with your ID and everything. So of course y'all know I've been like this the whole time. So as soon as I leave, giving them my ID, her name was, what was the flight attendant name? Her name was Sharita. She was like, as soon as I, Lee, I want you, Lee. I was like, I want y'all too, shit. Without the shit, but you know, smiling even harder. I think it was like this then, like, well, y'all, I'm like, yo, we get in there, they do a little presentation, you know what to expect. The usual, you know what job to do. And then after that, it was a lot of recruiters there. So after that, they left us in this big auditorium room. They like, you guys can mingle. They brought lunch and everything for us. And they were calling 2 at a time. And the other room was another room. And it was like 4 tables set up. And a recruiter at each table. And you get called 2 at a time. So it's like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 8 interviews going on. And you have a group interview along with your 1 recruiter when you do get back called. So it took a while for them to call me, but in the meantime, in between time, while we all waiting to get called, after the presentation over, they let us know we can mingle. Everybody is still like worried, sweating, padding. reapplying makeup and shit. And I'm like, damn, I can feel that these people worry. They worried. They worried. My peoples is worried in this room. What do Lee do? I stand up, y'all, like, y'all okay? They like, no, we're worried. We're about to interview for like the job of our lives. Like, and I'm like, they're like, Lee, you're not worried? Because we all got name tags on, so we just calling each other names like how the recruiters been calling us, you know? And I'm like, no, not at all. And none of you guys should be worried. All of you guys in this room are more than qualified and capable of attaining this job. You guys are worthy of this job. Look, us four that's been in line together, they all like, yeah, Lee, yeah. They're cheering me on. In my head, I'm thinking like, where the camera? This shit needs to be for my YouTube right now, but I'll take it on. I'll take it on with no action actor. I'll take it on. And I'm like, you know, we got this. And I'm just motivated in that class, and they're cheering me on, and Lee, we gotta be more like Lee. You guys, damn, why aren't you scared? And I'm like, because I know I can do this. Don't you know you can do this? Don't you know you're capable of going in there and being your complete true self and obtaining this job? Don't you know that you are enough for this job? Don't you know that being in this room is giving you the confirmation that you got it? But I need everybody in this room to believe they got it. That's why I'm not nervous, y'all. I know I can do this shit. Y'all know? Don't you know you can do it? Don't you know you can do it? And you back there, don't you know you can do it? I see everyone in here passing. We all are passing. All right? Now on the count of 3, we're gonna say, we got this shit. Oh, fucking no, but listen, and then when they finally did call Coach Lee up, you know, they called me, and I can't remember her name, but she was another beautiful soul. And we're in this interview, and I'm doing what I just said I was gonna do. And they like asked a question, and okay, Ashley, you go. Okay, this time, Lee, I want you to answer first. So I don't know what, we on like 3 now, and I'm, you know, and my response is really good. And both of them at the table like, and after I'm done, the recruiter like, that one, Lee, yes. And Sharita ended up interviewing me. She already was in love, so I really went to the table. When she called me, I'm like, she told me I got it. She told me she wanted me. Go in there and be yourself, Lee. You know what I mean? So Lee, yes, I love that answer about you. And then the girl, I can't remember her name, but we're gonna call her Ashley. Ashley next to me is like, Lee's awesome. She's been coaching us in the auditorium back in, she's been giving us all the motivation we need to come in here and do what we need to do. And she's telling the recruiter how I'm back in the auditorium, basically being one of them. You know what I mean? Done took over their show while they gone. And as that interview ended and I went back in that room and I sat down, now I went back to doing the shit. Like, okay, you guys, for the ones who haven't gone, the questions that was asked to me that you guys can go ahead and think in advance, because it's on a paper. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure all the recruiters got the same fucking paper, but maybe not. But I ran back the questions for I want everybody to win. You win, I win. You succeed, I succeed. You smile, I'm gonna smile. Your energy high, bitch, I'm gonna float, okay? So why not? But eventually I got quiet, you know, for a minute, because everybody, they in their head now thinking of the answer. So after I got my minute to not be like Coach Lee no more, and I'm in my head and I'm listening to myself, I'm like running, fast forwarding what I just been doing these last few hours. And I'm like, yo, Lee, you have, you got power. You have dominion. You are just that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, look what you just did. Look how you just grabbed that room. And I have dreams of holding speeches and speaking to millions of people. And I'm like, yo, I just did that. Then throw the extra 1,000. Throw them in there. Throw them in there, okay? I got it. Got it. I bet you leave feeling like, fuck yeah, I can fucking manage anything that comes my way. I can do anything. I can actually fly, you know, so. But yes, and when I really sat on that, I was like, yo, you the shit. But not that, but you have power, you have something within you. You know what I mean? Not only their attentiveness is towards you, but what they're receiving from it. You know, I'm not spilling gossip and tea about the media and what's going on with the world and celebrities. I'm not selling anything as well. What I'm giving out is light and fucking love and motivation. What the fuck is better? What's better? I want to be here. As I'm like this, it's like I'm levitating. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be here. Who wouldn't want to be around that? So I'm like, yo, Lee, use that. You've been using that. And it's like moments later, we got called again and they're letting us know we got the job. And it's like, at that moment when they let us know we had the job, I still wasn't like the other participants. Like, we in this room and some people screaming and yelling, and this means a lot to people. You know, this is a really a dream job to a lot of people, and it was mine as well. You know, so I wasn't screaming of joy. I wasn't, hooray, hooray, we did it. Nope. Because once again, he done moved, but I was thinking about you. I knew I had it. I never second guessed that I wasn't going to get it. Me not getting it it never crossed my mind. And it was in that moment, me being back home and all of this being over and done with. It was in that moment while I was driving and I realized how I never did let doubt creep in about me obtaining this job. And I never thought I wasn't able to do it. So as I'm driving, I'm thinking, well, I have a plan B. If you have full confidence in whatever you want in life, it's guaranteed that you will get it. It's guaranteed. Those who have accomplished the greatest of the greatest, those who we have labeled role models or idols, they ain't had no freaking plan B. They believed in plan A so much that plan B wasn't an option. Plan B shouldn't be an option. And what else I've been noticing in me having a plan B is that you be working on plan B while you working on plan A. And you trying to tell me you really believe that plan A is gonna work? How? You working on both of them at the same time. Well, I'm just making sure I have that security. No, in truth, you don't fucking believe. And that's true. And I always speak for myself. You know what I mean? I speak for myself. You relate. You get some insight from it, you do, but I'm speaking for myself and what I have found in having a plan B. You have a plan B because you don't fully believe. I had a plan B, maybe this is better. I had a plan B because I didn't fully believe. But when I got an opportunity and I said I was gonna do something, or I'm gonna do something, and I didn't waver with myself and I didn't give myself another option, I fucking succeed because I believe. And I don't give no room for anything else to creep in, or no backup plan for nothing. No need for a backup plan. My plan will succeed. Yes. Now, don't give me this. Now, yes, it may go in a different way. It may not go. My plan A, because my route for plan A was like this, of course. But my route and my ending ended up being like this. But plan A still gonna get to a destination. It's still gonna get you somewhere. And I'm telling you, if you put that 100% towards plan A, you're gonna get more of your desires than what you will ever get if you're working towards plan B. Because plan A is what you want. Plan A is gonna get all your desires, your needs, your wants, your whatever that you done figured out. That's why it's plan A. Give it your full attention. Believe in it. Have the confidence that you know it's capable of happening no matter what. Who cares if plan A takes you how many years? If you believe in it, you feel good about doing whatever you're doing to make it succeed to happen. Because this is what I want, and this is what I'm doing. But I really am to the point where I don't have no plan B no more in my life. I don't want to have a plan B in anything that I want for, anything that I desire. Because a plan B, people make a plan B in all circumstances, even in relationships. Well, if this don't work, I always have feelings for so-and-so and so-and-so too. So fuck it, I'm gonna go with him, but da-da-da-da. So, plan A ain't about to be shit for you. You got plan B in your head. You thinking of another already. Like, you going with assumptions in the belief of if you don't fail, I already have somebody. So technically, I'm not gonna, it's silly. It's silly. It's really silly when you think of it. To me, rather. Same with schooling. Well, I'm gonna pursue this, but I really want to go for that. But they say that's this, da, 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 da. What do you want? It's that easy, y'all. What do you want? I know what I want. And I know what I want for you. I want any and all people who watch me, who follow me, who sit with me, who engage with me, who commune with me. I want them to believe, period. If I can get anyone, or if a mission statement, what I wish for anyone, my mission is for those who leave after they speak with me or talk to me or watch me to log off believing that I can do any fucking thing. I want people leaving after they talk to me. I want those who engage or follow, subscribe by me. I want them talking to their people and having their people looking at them side eye like some of mine don't get it. And trust me, when you become a believer, they gonna look at ya. You might run the risk of being just looked at different, because people will be like, it don't take all that. But I'm sorry, in my world, it does. It does, and I'm a believer. I was about to sing it. That's probably why that came out like that, but I'm a believer. I'd rather believe than doubt, so I'd rather sit here and be like, I'm capable of doing all things and take risks and put myself out there and do the things that people believe that they can't do, or have the things people believe that they can't even have. I believe different. Why not be on that side? Why not believe that you can have and do what you want in this life? This life, this earth, where we are, is created for us, by us. It is us. And it's here for you and I. We here to be exactly what we want to be, do what we want to do, have what we want to have. It's written. It all comes down to belief. The only thing that separates the have from the have-nots is the belief of if they can have it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. If somebody knows something else that separates it, leave down in the comments below. But that's the only thing that separates the have from the have-nots. The belief of if they can actually have it. And I believe I can have it all. And I will have it all. Okay? Okay. And y'all gonna be right behind me. That's why I'm telling you, believe, believe, believe strongly and persist. Persist in the assumption of your dream, of your end, and dwell in it. Dwell in it. You gotta ignore what's in front of you sometimes. Sometimes, many times. But you gotta ignore this 3D and know it is just so much more. It's so much more. And know that it's always movement, even when you don't see the movement. It is always movement. It is always things working out for you. I always say, stay on the unknown side. Remember the unseen. Remember the gods working for you that you don't even know yet. You ain't even meet them yet. And the ones that you do know, they working for you too. Them good souls that you commune with, the ones who truly believe and have love for you, they're wishing you well, and they help as well. But most importantly, it's you. It's you. It's you. So if my message from my week that I experienced is have that confidence, own your shit. When I left out that interview after it was over and we waiting for the shuttle buses, I walked to the, it was a little gas station next door. And y'all know I gotta play my numbers. Playing my numbers, I'm in the Texas. We in the big T. So go play my numbers. And as I'm walking to this store, I'm thinking in my head, like, you own that shit. I owned it the moment I got the email, first off. But not only that, I owned that room. The way I just worked that room, I'm like, yo, telling myself on that walk, like, and you better make sure you own every damn room you walk into, just like that. Just like that. That's who you are. That's who you are. And that's when I know I just noticed the growth within me, because I know at a point in time, I wasn't as confident as I was, as I am now, rather. And the confidence I have now, I give all thanks. All thanks. All thanks to my inner man, because in your time alone, I've been alone, y'all. But in your time alone, it's in those times that you will find out you are your strength. You are your strength. And your inner man is your greater strength. And in your weakness, it's your inner self who is going to lift you and do the most that any individual on this world can ever do for you. You have the capability and the power to put yourself in the highest vibration than anyone else can. You have the ability to pick yourself up off of floors, to wipe your tears, to go through the hardest deserts, the windiest days, the hottest, worst experiences. I'm telling you, I've done it. And the more you pick yourself up, the more you love yourself in those moments, the more you pay attention to you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I used to look for others at those moments in my weakness. And for me to know that in my weakness, I can sit with me. And I can get through. I can get through on my own without having to indulge in drugs, or without having to indulge in sex, or without having to indulge in a community or individuals that I know that don't mean well for me. But I need something right now. I need something right now. What I needed was my own attention. What I needed was my own love. What I needed was the awareness of what was going on within me. It pays to be by yourself. It pays to go through things by yourself. And I'm not saying shut yourself out to the world, but I'm saying be by yourself. And know yourself. Learn yourself. Get to know who you are. I know me now. I know my strengths. And my weaknesses mean nothing. Like, I know my strengths and my weaknesses mean nothing. Because in those moments, like I said, it is a greater strength within me. Y'all, I'm telling you, and I'm grateful, I'm thankful of all that is going on within me and around me and on this earth as a whole. I'm grateful for things that's going on for those who's watching. I pray and I hope that all is well in your world. And I pray and hope that in your darkest of times, in your loneliest days, in your hardest of hardships, I hope you meditate and stand still on who you are as a whole, as a being. And in those times for me when I got still and worried and I just sat in it, it's like some of the greatest philosophers say, silence speaks. Silent definitely speaks. And I hear things of goodness and things of sureness and of wellness and of care. And it tell me keep going. And I believe in it, you know. And I can get so still at times that I hear my heart beating. And I know how much love is just in that. And just my existence. And problems fade after that, you know? Because it reminds me of the life that is inside of me. And the life that is inside of me is greater than all things. So I start to think about how, regardless of circumstances and situations around me, and the troubles that may come, or when it do rain, the breath I breathe, the air I inhale, the life that supports me, that woke me up, that keeps this body regulating, the all involuntary part of me that love me so much. All the involuntary things that's done on my part. It's too much love. It's too much love. It's too much love. That part of me is greater. And I fixate on that part of me. Because that part of me wants for nothing. It is. It is. So that's another video, y'all. I don't know what. I still haven't decided as well, y'all. I still haven't decided. I mean, I'll put my, I gave them my start date as far as when training starts. So training is supposed to start April 4th. But I'm still sad about my tutor. Cause he told me, Mom, you better find a job on the gown. Cause it's good jobs on the gown too. But I don't know. I have decided in my head that actually I'm going for it, really. I'm gonna do what I have to do. And this is what I wanna do. Like right now, this is what I wanna do. Like, I'm like, yeah, I wanna do this. Really take my content on the road, fly, go. I see myself. The craziest thing is, that's why I said, it's still my plan A. It's still my plan A. But it's going like this. So I'm gonna go with the flow, but it's still part of my plan A. I already wanted to have that travel a part of my life. The luxury, the flexibility, the lifestyle. And it's being given to me. Prior to this, I was already looking for condos in Miami. The 3 hubs are Miami, Dallas, and Chicago. It's still plan A. It's going like this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, it's part of what I've been putting together, you know, but it's just unfolding in different ways, but it's part of my plan A. And I'm just going with the flow, y'all. I'm really going with the flow, you know. And I'm like, yo, plan A was being my own boss as well, too. So I'm like, part of me was like, nah, you're still working for someone or whatnot. Da, 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 da. And then I was like, wait a minute. So what? Cool. I sat down with a woman, Sharita, who interviewed me. She said the same thing. She has her own business. She like, I don't have to do this if I want to, but I love what I do. I can get into this career field and really love what I do. I really honestly love the industry now. I love the industry. So I'm like, yeah, I could get in here and really love what I do too and have my businesses popping as well. Like, hey, I can do the minimum hours, don't have to pick up because I have my extra funds. Hey, and it's nothing. I love the communion with people. The communion with these people are actually helping me in my businesses thrive because of the accessibility and the mobility that this job inquires, that I'm all over doing things and meeting people all over. So the revenue. So peep it. I'm like, okay, we gonna go for Miami. I'm gonna put mine's in for Miami. And since I was already looking for a condo, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be gone for a good moment, for a good time, for long periods of times at times. Grab that LCC and throw them Airbnbs up in Miami. Always was thinking about property. Always was already thinking about property. So I'm like, here you go. This is for you. The condo that you do get in Miami for you to live in, Airbnb that fucker out. But prior to even going and you looking or whatnot, make that LLC so you can get that fucker in that shit and not in your name as well. But business number one. So again, it's plan A, not B, but it's going like this. But we getting there. I'm getting there, and that's all that matters. Without me saying or working towards plan B or thinking of a plan B. My vision, my focus was plan A. Now, if it's stirring me other ways, but yet exciting me as well, because it's marking my checklist off for my plan A as far as what I had or my vision. Roll with it. I'm rolling with it and seeing what it do. Look, the moment that it's like not aligning, it's like, hey, let me see what's going on. But I'm not getting them vibes yet. So I'm riding, y'all, and I feel very good about this. So that's been what's been up with me, you know, and y'all leave below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think I should do with Chewy. And wouldn't you feel bad leaving your son behind? Everyone's like, you don't have a son. I'm like, he's my son. He's my dog son. And hey, but y'all really want to know? I know y'all probably like, no, we really don't. You've been talking almost for an hour now. But for my people who are consistent with me and do actually love and engage me, y'all want to know what's really like what I really be thinking about when it comes to Chewy. Like, cause okay, I'm like, okay, I can pass him on family members. I have a great support system. They're all telling me, we gonna hold him down, which is cool. Thank you. But my thing is, for my dog lovers or for my people who do have pets, my dog is a rich dog. And he requires the finest of the finest. And he also requires attention, love, and care, which I give to them. And I want to make sure that those who do look after him or watch after him are giving them the same. He deserves that. Yo, when I told this to anybody else, they'd be looking at me probably like how maybe some looking at me right now. But for my people who have pets, they probably like, I honestly understand you, Lee. And I know you guys do, because hey, he's my child. Like, I have a list of shit when I pass him off, as well as real parents have a list of things for their child, you know, like they don't eat peanut butter, they don't do this, and he goes to sleep at this time, he likes to be sung to at this time. Yeah, same with you. You know, it's some songs that I will need people to know because we sing them together and it excites him. He knows it's time to play. So I need you to know these songs for him. He's gonna look for those. You know, I need you to know his snacks are real snacks. None of that dry high. No, he has to get his food. It's expensive, and you don't switch him off. Pay the $40, okay? He's a rich dog. He requires the treatment of a rich dog. I'm willing to pay for that. But most importantly, I want him to be treated as he should. Him a big doggy, and him my doggy, and I don't want nobody messing with him. What you think? Duh. But I'm gonna wrap up, y'all, because here I go talking like Chew. Now I'm probably acting a little crazy, but okay. I love you all. I hope if you got anything from my weekly vlog is never mind plan B. It just distracts you from plan A. Go for plan A. You're worthy of plan A. Plan A wants you just as much as you want plan A. Make it happen. Make it happen. For yourself, for your family, for your loved ones. But most importantly, make it happen for you. For you to see that it was you were capable of making it happen is the best thing. That is what I wish for you. And is the most rewarding feeling to yourself as well. So please, 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 go out there. Go out there and chase those dreams. Where my believers at? You know, chase them. And know that they're yours. Like my favorite lady would say, one of my favorite ladies, Abraham, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done already. Allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. I'm sending so much love, so much energy, so much Okay, I should never just try to rhyme it. Just talk, Lee. I'm sending so much love. I'm sending love and light and humor and energy and exhale. Just exhale all the doubt, all the worry, all the nerves. And inhale all the success and sureness and confirmation that, once again, it's yours. So if you're watching this your message. It's done and it's yours. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And no one told you today, I'll tell you. You're great, you're wonderful, you're awesome, and this world needs you. Okay? Get out there and do what you got.